What time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, what time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, what time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, he's back from the dead.
Your
Putting it
show.
on the map, yeah. Saskatoon, right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah.
Your show.
What time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah.
Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening. You will not be
Whenever this guy's around, you better hope you got your swimsuit close and ready to roll because he loves to water slide. And not only that, he also loves to get his master's degree in teaching and a whole bunch of other interesting stuff. His name is Seahawk. Hello again to the Seahawk, a.k.a. Sea Dog in the house.
Can't say. It's like the longest days of the year. The sun's up. When do you think it's going to be sunset?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Yeah, and it won't get dark until like 11.
No, dude, when I was out in living out in Blackstrap,
Yeah.
I would go out and golf at 9 o'clock at night, and I'd get 27 holes in, 28 holes. I'd go till like 10:30. p.m.
PM?
p.m.
how do you see the ball, dude?
It's light out. We're just talking about how light it is. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That's
Well,
the
yeah.
whole point of my story, actually.
I'm just thinking like the ball is so small in twilight.
see it,
In
man.
twilight, is that when you lose your ball all the time?
Not all the time. It's a little bit easier to lose your ball. That's for sure.
Hey, man, is that why twilight time is like cheaper?
Now you're getting it. That
Because you
and
can't see your ball.
and
Yes.
you're up against the clock of darkness,
Yeah.
which basically once it's dark, you have to head in. They'll come out and grab you and they'll wheel you in. So that's why it's cheaper. There's a chance you might not get 18 in.
How dark is dark in golf?
Man, that's a heavy riddle.
Can you play with like a glowing ball?
Yeah, they actually do that, and it's a lot of fun. I've done that before. Glow in the dark golf.
Yeah.
Awesome. We got to do it more around here. We got to bring it back. Glow in the dark ball,
Well,
glow in the dark holes, like cups, and then like out of bounds markers. It's really fun.
I did the glow in the dark mini golf once.
What'd you think?
Seventeen Mall.
You love it? Oh, he doesn't look happy.
It was really black. Like, oh, really? It's gonna sound weird, but it was like really black.
Yeah, it's called glow in the
Yeah.
dark.
Well, you can definitely see your ball because they have it's all like colored up.
So see dogs
That
in
is
the
that's even cheaper than Twilight Golf.
So true. Probably not by much,
Yeah,
actually.
not
But
by
it's at
much.
West End. Gee whiz. He is a host of the Water Sliding Brothers. It is a fun little seasonal series that we've started with our buddy Benji and Seahawk and I talking about, well, basically lots of water slide talk, hey? We talk a lot of water slides. Water slides, bro.
Water slides.
You had actually a great explanation there when I was trying to fix the cameras.
Like my water sliding analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just grabbing a group of friends and deciding to instead of
Nobody
wait,
lets go.
yeah,
No one
link
lets
up all the
go.
way down as far as you can, and then at some point you got to eject, or you all have to hit together.
I ain't ejecting.
What do you call it? I think it's called a train. Water slide train.
Water slide train.
Water slide. Yeah. Would you rather be in the front of the water slide train or in the back? Like, would you rather be the caboose or
man.
like the person that's going to be just, taking the blunt of
The whole thing.
the blunt of
the
it at the
second
end.
you get down.
The
you go,
biggest wave hit the
Oh, yeah. You want to be the front of the ball, the middle of the ball, or the back of the ball? You know?
I think if you're the one in the front to take the initial impact,
Yeah, like, there's
there'd
no
be
way-
moments where you would be completely submerged in the water.
There's no way you can get ahead enough because you're being grabbed on the whole time. So no matter what, you're coming down, everyone's coming on top of you.
I think
Water
you'd have.
sliding protocol, man. This important stuff.
That's why they say you got to wait.
Yeah, well, wait until they
15
pass.
seconds
Wait till
before
they
the
pass.
next person, right?
They got to pass the flag. You got to watch the flag.
Yeah, pass
And
the
make sure
flag.
you know. Now, when you go, what's your preferred way to go down the water slide? Are you a knees guy, on your back guy, face first? Highly illegal. You got any tricks?
I can't do the. I find like if I go on my back
Yeah.
and I arch up a little bit, if I want
That's
to,
the
I get
speed,
the
man.
I get the best speed and I can yeah.
just like that, and elbows and heels, and get your torso up
Oh yeah.
like that.
I feel like it's like a bobsled. If I was to turn into a bobsled, how would I go down the
Yeah.
most efficiently?
Absolute perfect reference. Your bobsledding is just instead the blades are your elbows and your heels.
That's right.
Welcome to water sliding.
Like your shoulder blades. It kinda looks like
yeah,
blade maybe.
That's it too. Literally in the name. That's a lot to talk about. What else? How else can we explain this new show that's coming out? There's stories about getting punched in the face for being too nice to people. Remember that?
Me? Was that about me?
Maybe in
I think it is.
Ireland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
You know, the world travel stories in there are quite fun. And talking about just stories in here, like I was listening today as we were doing some editing and stories about our old vehicles we used to drive. Because you were talking
Yes.
about yours, which like all 14 or 1,800 of your siblings all used over by Wollaston there.
You know what?
Wollaston?
I walked by your shadow on the way in here.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of paint chip on it there, man. That was the same problem with that car.
Yeah, dude.
You got to paint it up. You got to throw some paint on it.
Well, the problem is we can't wash it anymore. So it just gets so dirty because every time we wash it, the paint comes off more and more, like in chunks. So we're trying to save it. But either way, we talked about the Chevette back in the day. We talked about
Ben's V-dub.
And the stories that come along with all that stuff.
I think it's just friends bantering, right?
That's it. And that's what everybody does. And it feels so unique in that way that it could be a conversation that anyone could have. And you would laugh because everyone's got a buddy, who threw his trunks at the top of the slide and didn't make it down to the bottom.
It's relatable. It's relatable for
and talking
for just
about Labor Day classics. Lots of that going on. Everyone's got stories about going to the Labor Day class.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
It's so much fun, man.
I think in your life, there's like moments where you experience something amazing with a group of people.
Yes.
And everyone has that in their lives to some extent.
Yes.
And maybe you call it the good times.
The Good Times Show. But that's been said. That's been used about
I don't know. No. What I mean is like the good times, like things you remember.
That's what we do.
Right?
And
so I think that's what's relatable with people in general. My brother, it's kind of the same question came from my brother today.
Uh-oh.
And Daniel's like, oh, well, maybe it's about like, is it generational? He asked me.
Generational?
I'm like, he's asking me questions, right? Is it generational?
What does that even mean?
Well, that's what I kind of thought about. And I'm like, it's probably about like 90s.
Oh, like decades.
Yeah, decades. Like when a person kind of grew up, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it stories about.
That's very true. About
that era, that decade?
The greatest, the greatest decade in the history of man.
What would you call it? Is it the 20th century?
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't got my grade 12 math. I failed it 3 times.
Really?
The worst. Yeah, twice with the same teacher, Miss Roberts at Bowman. Math is so hard.
I think it's kind of tricky. You know what I find
tricky?
Here's what you gotta do. You gotta write it down on paper.
Okay.
You gotta put it on paper. You gotta make some sort of visualization for it. Be it symbols, a picture, a sketch maybe. Sketches are a great idea.
Some people just don't get math. They just don't.
Oh, I think some people don't get like instant recall with numbers.
Well, I'm not talking like the ability to count cards at the casino here, bro. I'm just talking about easy, normal math. That it's impossible. It's not for me. Can't do it. You're a teacher. Dude, you're a master's degree guy now. You got your master's degree and all over the place.
What I read a quote. I was trying to make a sign for my colleague who retired, and I was trying to think of like a phrase. There's like the master of none. And there's some other point to like some other like caption to it.
What's his name?
That's the phrase. It's what was his name? Master of all. The master of none is not better than a master of one. That's how it goes. If you're a master of
what?
One,
you're no better than a master of none.
That's right.
But you are because you're a master of one.
All right.
Sounds like it's a false advertisement.
Anyways, enough of that. Back to the original.
I want to know what he thought of the card. What did he think of the card?
Which card?
The guy that retired. What did he think of the card?
Oh, I didn't make it for him.
Oh,
I know.
You thought about making it for him. Well, I guess you don't want to say his name now.
I had a limited amount of time. I was going to make one more side. I still might do it.
I believe you. I believe you should. That's a real catchy one there. A master of one is no better than a master of none. Seahawk.
Well, I don't know if that's exactly the quote, but
I think you should do it. That's just me. You were saying?
I should put it down on paper.
It's a lot of
It's math.
Math.
Yeah, you'd have to figure out the math of that, piece of lumber you want to put it on. That's math.
Yeah. What am I doing with lumber now?
The master of one.
Is he a lumber guy?
Than the master of one.
Is he a lumber guy?
No, he's not. All right.
Come on in. The water's warm. That's what you say. Don't put it out with your boots, Ted. Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Remember that? No. It's poop again.
What?
Oh, man.
What's it? Is this another? I think this is a reference.
It is.
What's it a reference to?
Billy Madison.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Hello. Can you hear me out there? I feel like everyone can hear us. We are in the zone. We got to use the first ever Oops screen, which was fantastic. And we are now live. Thank you for enjoying a little bit of that pre-tape. We will get back to that shortly. But right now, we've had our guest hanging on the line, hanging out. And we got a lot to do with this, man. So we are going to jump to him right now, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Give it up for coach number 1.
Hey, good morning, Gary.
The golf clap for you. How you doing, brother?
I was a little confused.
Yeah, well, I would see a better host would have got your actual phone number, so I could just text you instead of going through coach number 2. So I'm going to do that now. It's not a mistake if you learn from it. That's what my dad taught me. So I now know I got to get your number, then I can let you know when we have those little hiccups like that.
So I actually thought that was the proper show. Like there was obviously a past recording that was on.
Yeah, so that's a pre-tape that we were running. It was going to play after us, after you and I went on. But then we were like, well, we have no mics right now, but we can play the pre-tape. And so we called the Audible and we went for it. And it was pretty cool, I thought.
So anyways, I'm watching you and Seahawk, and I was getting right into it. I was thinking, it got me thinking about water slides and the Renaissance and Sheraton. Like, which of those two hotels?
Remember when
those two hotels had the best water slides, do you think, Gary?
Oh, the Sheraton all day. That's because they had 2 water slides, right? They had the doubles. They're only a single now, but they've all gone downhill. The water slides as a whole have been disappearing, and it's very upsetting. So we get into a little bit of water sliding talk. You haven't commented on my sunglasses yet. What do you think of these?
You know what? It's just who you are. They're great. I just thought that's just Gary. So you know, they kind of got like the cat eye. Actually, I was watching Carpool Karaoke.
Oh.
And is it James Corden? Is he the?
I think so. Yeah.
Kind of hosts it? And they had Red Hot Chili Peppers on there one time. And I think one of their guitarists who just sat in the back and said nothing almost the whole show, I think he had the exact same glasses you've got. So you're in good company.
Well, the best part is we had a photo shoot in the studio here. Our social media lady, the best in the biz, Wendy Brooks, and Wendy Brooks Media. She was doing the photo shoot for her. She's got a really cool project that she's working on. And right when she left, she said, I left my sunglasses there. I'll pick them up tomorrow. And I told her, no, they're mine now. But like you said, they're definitely female. So, hence the cat eyes. I don't know if I can really pull them up. I just wanted to see the world through a social media person's eyes, and I didn't like it. You know, it's too socially, too much media. Not good. So I got a treat for you today. This is really cool. So it is coach number 3's birthday today. So a very happy birthday to coach number 3, a.k.a. coach number 2's older brother who coached with you while coaching me. So happy birthday to Jay Mays. You give him a shout out?
Yeah, happy birthday, Jay Mays. I saw a couple messages this morning that it was his birthday, and I think R. Mays, coach number 2, organized the batting stance guide.
Are you? Oh, yeah. See,
how good was that?
You blew it, because we're going to try to play it for you. We haven't done this before. So, Phenom, he's the MVP of the day goes to Phenom, by the way. This guy's just figuring out all the problems. I was just throwing stuff at him. But we spent some time before trying to set this up. So we're going to see if we can go ahead and roll it and watch it together. All right?
Jason, July 10th, 2024. You know what that means? 46 years old today. Batting stance guy, Ryan, Jacoby, Louie, and Sarah all say you've got the biggest heart. The biggest heart. You create a great atmosphere. I mean, the things that people say about you are what I hope people say about me. When I coached girls softball, oh my gosh, 8U, 10U, 12U, I tried to create a fun atmosphere. So the way that you're described is basically what I've always tried to do. So you got that going for you. Hopefully today, you're going to the playoffs. You're 11U, Saskatoon Cards, or provincial practice with Willie. There's a lot of things that might happen on July 10th. Listen, you made it. I'm gonna celebrate your birthday at the 40th reunion at Petco Park of the '84 Padres. So hat tip to you on July 10th. Big heart, create a fun atmosphere. And listen, your 13U, Sophia's team, oh my gosh, the Royals, Cobra, Chickens. I mean, you've got to be so proud of the work you're doing with those kids. Man, milk it for everything it's worth, because when it's over, it's so sad. Keep doing it. And here's the thing, hashtag back catch, no. You say no, and people get in trouble, all right? That's the deal. All right, so yesterday, well, let's see, now at this point, it'd be 2 days ago, was the Willie Mays, basically service. There you go. So we got Willie. I mean, 46. How do you even know Willie Mays? Come on, 46. All right, so we got Cubs. So let's go with the Hawk. Listen, what about Sammy? Sammy, we got the bat as far away. We got Mark Grace. You like 90s Cubs, right? Like the crooked elbow. I think most hits in the 90s. And then let's see, who are the other guys that are on that? Oh, 90s Cubs. We got a little Rick Wilkins. We've got Steve Buechele. Did you see his son? I think he was like the quarterback for UT Austin. Let's go. Blue Jays also. Come on, that's your team. So we got Jose Bautista. We've got Kelly Gruber, 90s. Yeah! And then let's go Sean Green. And then, of course, Molitor. And then let's go Roberto Alomar. And then who's a good Cub to end on? Oh, let's go Brian McRae. Hey, 46, you made it. July 10th. Batting stance guy, Sarah, Louie, Jacoby, Ryan. We all say happy birthday, my man.
So there you go. The batting stance guy. What do you think?
I'll be honest, I have no idea who the batting stance guy is.
I didn't either.
A guy from Saskatoon, or if it's some, but he did a pretty good job.
I think he's. I think.
Alomar, I thought was good.
Oh yeah, I think he's quite famous for doing those batting stance things. I'm like you. I'd never heard of him before, but it's like the most mazy thing ever. Hey, like that's right up their alley. Best present of all time, probably for coach number 3.
Yeah, so I think big shout out to Jay Mays. Lots of good memories. I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. He still brings up that I made him listen to Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yeah.
But hopefully he doesn't have to listen to it today, and everybody spoils him because he deserves it.
Absolutely. Coach number 2 wanted me to do some stances for you, and I don't know if I have enough room up here. I don't even have a bat, so I don't know how well it'll go over. I did promise him I would try one, but my camera, so maybe if I get low, I guess I would have to. There's a bunch of those low stance guys, hey, that got low like that. But I was more of a I wonder if I can do it on my knees. Like Ken Griffey Jr. up here, give her a little wiggle, and then stand it. Besides Johnny Olerud, the sweetest swing of all time, right? Ken Griffey Jr.
Just smooth. But you know what? The batting stance guy, when he did Paul Molitor, I think that was really good. Like, he barely had any load.
Yeah.
He just seemed to have the bat right up close. But, man, he could rake. He barreled a lot of balls for us.
Well, obviously, man. Without him, hey, 93 wouldn't have happened. He was 93, right? Yeah. Oh, the good old day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We're hanging out with our author right here, Teams That Swear by Each Other, not about each other. His name is Adrian Blarson, an old family friend. He's a Saskatoon guy living in Melbourne, Australia now, living the good life as it is winter time. I do want to say this. I've reached the point in the book where you're talking about habits and 21 days and how it might be actually at 66 days and all that stuff. And as far as forming habits and getting out of habits. And you spoke directly to my heart when you talked about eating the 2-liter tub of cookies and cream ice cream and paying for it the next day. I've been doing a lot of ice cream eating, and I feel that. And I feel like I have an ice cream habit now. And I just wanted to let you know that if I took 21 days off from the ice cream, I'd probably still want it. So that might be a tough one. But that's a journey I'll have to go on my own.
So you've gone 21 days with no ice cream.
No, God, that's what I mean. I wasn't able to eat ice cream for a long time until I stopped drinking. I took a break off the liquor and went on to the ice cream, and my body's it still hates it, but I just force it in there now because it's like I got to get myself something. So I may or may not eat through a tub of ice cream every week or so. But it's one of those things that's filling the gap, and it's replacing one habit with another one, like you talked about in the book. And I thought that was really cool because every time I open this dang book, I learn stuff, and then it actually works with me in my life. So I just wanted to give you some shout outs and some love for that because it's really cool to be able to read a book and actually apply it to your own life. Very well done.
Right on, GM. Well, if it helps with the ice cream, then you know what? I feel like I've already made my difference, and I can rest happy. No more stress. I've made a difference.
It sounded like you had yourself quite the experience with the tub of ice cream. I didn't want to dig too deep into it. Was that like a personal experience?
Yes, and the ice cream and I still don't get along.
Yeah.
Anyways, those were the days. Those were the good old days when you could have ice cream and it didn't make you sick.
I hear you, buddy. So, real quick, going back to the batting stances, do you have any favorites? Do you have any that really stand out for you over the years?
I think the big one that I remember was Julio Franco.
Ooh, wasn't he way up here?
Yeah, up there.
Yeah.
That was. I'm trying now I don't know which way I need to go here. No, it's this way.
There you go. All the way.
It's like he had it pointed there.
Yeah, like that, and then come around. How far has batting stances come? I feel like nowadays we don't see anybody get creative with their stances. Hey, it's just sort of a world unified way of hitting. Is it because all the hitters have figured out this is the best possible way to form your stance? Is it just a universal thing now?
I still think there's not a cookie cutter approach, but we had training last night. We've got a tournament coming up in a small town called Morwell.
Ooh.
2.5 hours southeast. No, northeast. I don't know. It's to the right on the map. We're going there this weekend. We had training last night, and we had this guy who used to play with the Anaheim Angels. He played 12 games.
Bill,
so
that's awesome.
Because he talked about Shohei.
Oh.
He talked about how he tells this story. He'd get on the bus, and he would sit at the back because he knew Shohei always sat at the back of the bus, and he wanted to sit behind him. And he goes, I just kind of wanted to see what he would do, what he's doing on his phone. Is he looking at pictures of his girlfriend and that sort of thing?
Maybe doing some gambling.
The only thing Shohei did when he was on the bus, if they're on there for 3 hours, he would just play Clash of the Clans. He said he was a massive. He would do that. He'd look at his swing a little bit, and the rest was just playing Clash of the Clans on the phone. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Did you ever play Clash of Clans?
No, I've got a buddy who plays it, and I just give him a hard time because he's nonstop on it. And I said,
"Yeah,
off the phone, man." I sound like an old man.
Well,
no, have you played?
I did. I had a little run with it, but you're right. It dings you to remind you to play it. It's such a horrible, horrible thing for your mental state to have a video game hey, by the way, you're not playing enough. Come back and play this game. And the kids just love it. Any kid you're around, they're usually clashing the clans. And it's funny. It's really funny to hear somebody that's 99.9% the best, the utmost tiers in a sport, and they're clashing clans instead of focusing on their stance and their load, like you say, and all the other stuff that goes into batting. That just makes, I guess it's a reminder that, hey, like we say, you got to take a break every now and then to keep your brain fresh.
That's right. So, maybe if you think about making a comeback, Gary, on the field, as a full-time player,
of course,
you still make the odd cameo appearance.
I try to. I haven't yet this year. My arm's crooked, so my throwing motion is all wonky now, and everything hurts. So we'll see. I like to just go and sit on the bench and shoot some spits and slap some butts and tell the boys how good they are.
to your training regime. Clash of the Clans. Shohei does it.
If it works for Shohei, it'll work for me, man. Okay, I know you got to get running the kids to school. You got anything else you got on your mind, or are we going to let you go? What are you thinking?
Well, I need to ask a question.
Yes.
Actually, it's school holidays. So
Oh, okay.
Ryan's still sleeping. So
Perfect.
Yep. So we went for dinner on Saturday night to a friend's house, and the dinner was a theme. It was kind of like, I don't know, Southern, I don't know, Tex-Mex maybe.
Ooh.
So they had some smoked beef, some pulled pork, cornbread, mac and cheese.
Wow.
So it's just kind of this, I don't know, to me that feels like Texas.
Dude, that's barbecue right there. That's barbecue.
Okay. And they said, AJ, you guys have to host next time, and we want a Canadian-themed meal.
Okay.
So, what?
Sorry, I'm just letting feed him know. Can we turn him up at all? Everyone's texting me saying that we can't hear AJ very well. Sorry, we're working on these mics are just going crazy today. I know you've been low before, but I thought if we did an ISO one with you, it might be a little bit better. So we're just going to get to that. And I will get you.
Want me to change microphones?
No, you're good. You're perfect. We just got to turn them up.
Okay.
You're fantastic now. That's incredible. Okay.
All right, cool.
So
Incredible.
you had
So
your
anyways,
classic Texas barbecue, and now it's Canada go time.
what is a classic Canadian meal?
Oh boy. Man. That is such a great question. Like every single thing I can think of just goes back to like hamburgers and hot dogs. But it's not Canadian. Like I don't really know what a Canadian meal would be because there's poutine, but you're not going to do poutine, right? Like what else do we have that identifies as Canadian?
Yeah, well, so the things I could think of were bacon
Oh, okay.
and syrup.
Okay. I see where you're going. You're going to dip the bacon in syrup and then
and
barbecue
I saw
it?
at the Saskatoon Berries game that they were selling poutine with bacon and syrup.
So you're just going to take from the berries because they know what they're doing because that sounds amazing.
Well, yeah, and I thought, ooh, that it does sound pretty good. I haven't tried that yet, but it made me. I struggled to come up with what is a Canadian meal because we did a lot of barbecues.
Yeah.
Growing up in the summer, burgers.
It's always that.
We'd have a lot of like spaghetti and meat sauce,
Yeah.
chili, tacos.
We don't really
But it doesn't
have.
feel Canadian.
No, we don't really have anything Canadian. You're right. The only thing that sort of leans into that is the poutine, but that's it. And that's not really a meal. That's like a side.
Yeah, pierogies. Like I remember growing up, we had pierogies a lot. But again, that's
But that's
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You cabbage rolls, all that stuff. Do we even have Canadian food? We got beaver tails, I guess. Beaver tails just like elephant ears, I guess, apparently. You ever try those?
Do Canadians eat moose?
Well, lots of people do. It's a little too gamey for me, but maybe moose is the way.
Moose might be. So here, like kangaroo, not a lot of people would eat kangaroo. It's too gamey. Similar.
Yeah, maybe it's the kangaroo or the moose of Australia.
The moose of Australia.
Phenom in the booth says he ate kangaroo once. How was it? Says it was pretty good. We know
Yeah.
when we were in Rosebud working in the Mornington Peninsula there, one of the hostel owners, he cooked a bunch of kangaroo for everybody. I didn't go for it. I was like, I'm good. I don't think I can do that. So I didn't do it. But everyone said, yeah, exactly like you say, it's very gamey.
Crocodile.
Ooh.
Again, not very common, but that was pretty good. It's more like chicken.
Okay. Where'd you try
So
crocodile?
I would try having that. I'd recommend that over kangaroo.
Have you tried them both?
Yeah. My wife's Nicole's got an uncle, and he used to work in a deli.
Oh boy.
So years ago when we went there, I think actually it was like the second time mom and dad came here, and he cooked up this this big feast.
Oh yeah.
And we had crocodile and kangaroo.
Man. And it was good.
The crocodile was good. Yeah.
It's like legit like chicken. You're not messing with us right now. Like this is real. This isn't like
No,
an Aussie thing.
being
Okay.
legit, yeah.
Okay, that's very
Yeah.
crazy. So a kangaroo, man, I just feel so bad for the kangaroos, I guess you feel bad for all. That's a whole other conversation when you start talking like that. They're just so cute.
Yeah.
Out of
so
all
the
those animals.
kangaroos, they're like a pest here. Like when we go golfing, about 20 minutes from our place. I'll usually bring anybody who comes from Canada up there because you go on the golf course and there's, I don't know, 100 kangaroos just sitting there and the ball rolls up and it's like being at Waskasoo. I remember being at Waskasoo and or Elk Ridge.
Yeah.
And
Everywhere.
there'd be the elk out there. The kangaroos are there. They just sit there, ball rolls up. They don't move. And as you get closer, you're kind of like trying to.
Do they ever put up their dukes? Do they ever get at you a little bit?
Not to the golfers, but they'll have the odd. You see that, and I'll usually try and video it and send it back home to my brothers or something. Say, hey, check this out, it's real.
I picture people on that golf course. You know how you can get angry when you're golfing every now and then, and just throw a club because you shanked something, and then have a kangaroo take offense and come at you. I feel like that'd be a great way to sort of deal out some karma out there on the course. If these roos got a little little territorial. Let them know what's up.
A little roo rage, you might say.
Roo rage. So we didn't really solve this problem, hey? We don't have a Canadian dish, Canadian food.
No, so maybe I was gonna say, do you have people calling into your show?
Not yet.
And we could put that out to the callers, but
we could put it to like commenters. I don't read the comments because it's the most, when you want to talk about toxic, that's the most toxic place you can go, is a comment section anywhere on the internet. It's just the worst, so I just stay away from it. But if you send in comments, we'll have someone go. But Brooksy Media will probably take care of it, and she'll let us know if there's any Canadian meals out there. Because craft dinner is Canadian, right? KD's a big thing. But is that like, hey, happy Canada Day, here's some craft dinner?
This isn't a dinner, sorry, it's not a meal, but the Caesar is obviously a Canadian.
Yeah,
that's a staple. Yeah,
and that's just vodka. Hey, vodka and Clamato, and all like the other stuff.
Yeah. It's the Clamato is, people cannot get their head around Clamato juice here. Like they're what, clam broth?
Yeah,
and tomato juice.
Same with where we were, Hawaii, and you could there was one place on the entire island that sold Clamato, and so all the Canadians would just go and clean it out every time they load it up, and no one else even knows it exists.
No. What's a jug of Clamato worth these days at Superstore or?
I can tell you. I went with Dad to Costco, and we got a 4-pack of Clamato. And it was a 4-pack. I think it was a 4-pack of like the big dogs, like 2 liters or whatever they are, for I think $20. So it wasn't outrageous, but that's at Costco, so who knows, right?
Yeah, you can get them here at an American food store, and they're about $18 a pop for that same jug.
Yeah, but I heard somewhere that you guys charge like $60 for a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. I think. I haven't bought a pack of smokes for I don't know how long, but they are. Yeah, they're. I would say on average $50 per pack.
Like that's insanity. We're only at like 25 or 30 here, and I thought that was insanity.
And vapes. So is vaping?
Oh, it's taken over, AJ. It's disgusting. Every single person everywhere does it. And
so vaping here now, they just passed a law that you could only buy vapes from a pharmacy.
Oh, why is that? Just because they want to make sure they're carding people right?
I think there's something to do with the vapes that you can get a prescription, like it's a way to get you off the nicotine. So it's actually supposed to be a medical treatment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like nicotine therapy. Okay.
Yes. And that was the justification from the government saying, okay, you can't just buy them at your local, like, going to the Mohawk on Broadway. I don't know. Is it still called Mohawk, or is it Avalon Auto Service?
Avalon Auto Service, yeah. They're still fantastic too. Yeah, we love them, the Forsties. Man, we used to hang out there a lot. Hey, that was like everybody's hangout in Avalon. If you lived on Cascade, oh yeah, Cascade or Dufferin, man, we're there. That's what we do. So
you play street hockey. What was the street parallel to Dufferin?
That's Cascade. That was your street.
Oh, Cascade. Yeah. No, we're like Jeff Will.
Oh, Jeff Will. Well, it went. Was it Hanover, Dufferin, and it would go because there was Taylor Street and then Roos Street.
Oh, it was off route. Anyways, I don't know, but we used to play street hockey at Jeff Will's, which was right by your place,
right down there. Yeah,
and then you'd always go to the Avalon Mohawk and grab a Slurpee.
Oh, I'm upset now. I should know the neighborhood. Everyone, No, I'm not going to remember it, and I'll just say the wrong one, and I learned not to do that. Okay. So it sounds like we got your mics figured out, so that was good. My mom says, I can hear him now. Say hi. So Wendy says hi, just so you know. Pass it along to the family. And we are going to try to finish off that previously taped thing. So we're going to let you go here today. And so is it just a couple weeks off? Or just this week off for school?
So every 10 or 11 weeks, the kids get 2 weeks off.
Wow.
So this is week 2. So they have 4 terms here.
Okay.
So this is week 2 of the holidays. And then like when it hits summer, December, they get 5 or 6 weeks off then.
That's a weird
So
system,
like all of
man.
January, a couple weeks in December, and then 3 lots of 2 weeks throughout the rest of the year.
Okay. So that's really different, hey? Do you like it that way?
So when the kids have holidays and I've got to do work,
Yeah.
because if I'm not with clients, I'm working from home.
Yeah.
I'm off working at the coffee shop for 2 weeks straight.
Bye, honey. I'm off to the shop. Well, I hope they give you some what's those frequent coffee miles there, and get your card stamped and get a bunch of free ones, hey, for being there so much.
Yeah. So usually, you buy 10, you get one free. But I feel a little guilty because I'll go there and I'll spend the whole day. And so some people say this is embarrassing. You shouldn't tell people. But the only thing I buy is a coffee in the morning.
That's it?
I know. Is that bad?
I was waiting for you to say something else.
No, that's the only thing I buy. And then I tell the staff, I say, if you guys need my table, somebody's coming here and they're going to have lunch, just tell me and I'll go work somewhere. I'll leave.
Wow.
No, it's great. You come here all the time. They say, but I don't know. Is that cheap?
That's something. I'm not sure what it is. We'll have to, again, if it is, let us know in the comments and someone will find it and let us know next week when we hang out.
I'm definitely not reading those ones.
Yeah, we don't like comments. His name is Coach Number 1, a.k.a. Adrian Balarjan. He joins us every Wednesday from beautiful Melbourne, Australia. Thank you so much for sticking with us today, brother. I really appreciate it. We'll have everything up and running right off the top tomorrow or next week, and then we'll get back into it and we'll have some more fun, all right?
All right. Take care, Gary.
Love you, brother. His name is Coach Number 1. Woo! I really do. I love that guy. Ever since I was a wee little rascal, he was always so cool and was always so kind and just such a good dude. So we love having him on and love his book, by the way. Check it out. You can find it where you buy books. It's really good. Margaret? Oh, she's sleeping now. We still have to get a Maggie cam. You know what I'm going to do? You know? I'm going to go take the Maggie cam and I'm just going to move it on her. So let's go ahead and switch it now. And I'll say the fun stuff. The Maggie cam, proudly brought to you by our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street. Your pet's natural grocer. Mike and Rochelle and Maggie's boyfriend Leroy are huge fans of making your day better. Check them out. It's the Maggie Cam. Good job, Mark. Oh. Man, I'm having a lot of fun. You having fun today? Yeah, you're having fun. Dude, these are the best times when you could just go with the flow and everything. You know why these are the best times? And you'll really appreciate this. It's a great metaphor for life when every single thing falls apart. And you're left there with like, well, I don't know what to do now. And then you somehow still get through it. You know that you can do it. And once you know that you can get through shows like this, life's easy, man. Just gotta keep going. Keep swimming like that fish said with the Mr. Nemo's. Yeah, Dory. Nemo and Dory. Just keep going like those guys and you'll be good. So we got our Maggie Cam taken care of. I believe it is time to get back to our Water Sliding Bros pre-tape as we're right in the middle. So we're just going to go back to joining that one and please enjoy.
In the movie, yeah.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Does he light the bagel on fire? Is that the scene?
Yeah, flame bagel.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to shit when he realizes it's shit.
There's a story in my family about lighting poop on fire.
Oh, God.
And it wasn't done by me.
Well, yeah, we probably can't share that on your show. We try to be family friendly. Is it a really good story?
I think it's pretty funny.
All right, let's do it. Buckle up. Hold on. I'm going to buckle up. I'm trying to see how relaxed I can look. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, come in.
Okay, so this is a story from my lovely wife's childhood.
Wow. Okay.
She was troublemakers, you know. And
She was troublemakers, plural. Gotcha.
there's more than, you know, a group of friends on the block, and they did the old poop in the bag trick.
Wow.
Yeah, dog poop in the bag. They went over to some grass, found like a big old turd.
Man, my respect has gone up
like
even
a
more.
Maggie-sized turd.
Wow.
Put
Okay.
that in a bag with a stick, rolled it in there, and then they were gonna like light it on someone's doorstep on fire to see if
Someone's getting a surprise.
to see, you know, the guy steps out or the woman, and they see a fire, so they put it out with their foot.
Yeah, that's the
right?
joke.
That's the joke.
Don't
And then he's
stomp
like-
it out with your boots, Ted.
Okay. Is that the reference? Okay, say the reference again from Billy Madison.
Don't put it out with your boots, Ted. Then Ted says, "Don't tell me my business, devil woman." And then he stomps it.
Does he do it? Does he fall for it?
Oh yeah, he falls for her. It's his underwear and his big giant boots with the big ass tongue hanging out.
like rubber
and he
boots or
smells
what?
it. Yeah, pretty much. He's like, "It's poop again." And then Billy says, "He called the shit poop."
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah.
See, now I can remember all
So that's
that.
what they're trying to go for. That moment.
It's a great moment if you can pull it
But
off.
when this person opened up their door, they knew right away. It was like, someone's messing with me. And
Was it on fire? Did they get it on fire in time?
oh yeah, they lit it on fire.
So they lit it on
Oh yeah,
fire.
they had to sneak up there, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Creep
And-
up there,
And then hit the doorbell and run.
and then hit the doorbell and run, and then try to get away before you get seen.
And how did it go?
They weren't great at hiding.
They didn't get away.
They didn't get. They did not get away in time. They were probably hiding behind. Made it to the bush, got seen. Neighbors like, "Hey,
Hey, I see you.
I know you
see
kids.
I saw you put that shit on my step.
it's poop.
It's poop
You
again.
put poop on my steps."
Why am I
Yeah,
Why?
and like I think
Oh
like
man.
call the parents.
Yeah.
You know, they already like, oh yeah, that's
Here's my question. This is where my brain goes. What does a parent say? I would be so proud if my kids ever did that. It'd be so hard for me to be like mad at them. I'd be like, "You guys," I'd be laughing the whole time. Like, "You guys, listen.
was it successful?
Listen, this was a really good prank. I'm very, very proud of you. There's some salty peeps out there who don't find the humor like we do. So just say you're sorry and move on. But great job. That's a great prank. That's probably why I'm not dad.
Wow.
You get out
The
there. and
iffy
you
factor would be
find
like there's a little bit of arson involved, but
Touch,
yeah,
just
you
a
know what
little.
you know what they're trying to do.
an itty
I would want to
bitty.
know like, did he step on the poop?
Yeah, I need
You
to
know,
have
like
the
did he
full
put the
story.
poop out with his foot?
It sounds like there was no full step into poop.
No, the neighbor saw it coming from a mile away.
Well, it is kind of noticeable. There's a big flaming bag on your front step.
But she had to go back over and apologize.
Well, yeah. How did that go? What did they say in
I think
response?
she's
Did
like,
they accept her apology?
Yeah, probably like head down, like I'm sorry for
Sorry for letting
putting
the
poop, dog
shit
poop,
on your step.
dog poop on your step.
Yeah, it's my bad.
I thought it belonged to your dog.
I was just returning it.
Maybe it did belong to its dog. Maybe it was like that's the neighbor that has the dog poopy. That
And that's
poops
why
anywhere.
he's
It's like,
so
"Oh,
mad."
forgot my bag again.
He's
Mm.
just trying. He's just trying
I'm
to get
gonna
the
bring
poop
you it
out of
back.
his yard, and it just keeps coming back. Why can't this just leave?
But it's in a bag, so it's
Yeah,
environmentally friendly,
that's a good point.
biodegradable.
Hey, have you ever been in a pool when it's had to be shut down by someone taking a shit in there?
I think that's the biggest fear, man. The
Like-
chocolate bar like floating to the
From
the top of-
Caddyshack, yeah, the Baby Ruth. It's good.
The baby Ruth.
Yeah. Have you ever had to experience anything like that? Like were you at a resort or something and they had to drain her out?
I think I have.
Oh man. Well, you either know or you don't. Trust me, because you always remember.
Because
someone
they
shut a whole
call
pool
everybody
down.
on the pool.
Yeah, it's a big
and
thing.
then they got to test it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because they found some
Poop.
poop float in the.
Yeah, not some. It takes a
yeah,
lot to shut down a pool.
Get a shock it one more time.
You know,
Kids, get up out of the pool, sit on the seat for like the side of the pool.
Yeah.
Everyone, no one jump in yet.
No, it's not
We're going
good.
to test this.
Yeah.
And then we're going to dump in like a
1,000,000 pounds of chemicals. We are going to burn that poop. And all of your layers of skin at the same time is going to happen.
No one's going to have any feces on their body leaving this pool.
It's going to walk out just
Everyone's going to
skeletons.
get shocked.
There's nothing there.
How about you? Do you have like you ever
There's
find
a
that in
couple.
pool?
We had one at, we were on a stag in a place. I have to be careful with my words here. A stag in a place where lots of people go for stags. Staying in a very nice hotel that had a very beautiful pool, and one of those pools got shut down because somebody pooped in it. That's what all I can say, but I will tell you, it's an interesting, it's an interesting environment to be around. The evacuation a la poop.
Well, you got to do it like they do it here. Before anyone leaves, they got to get a douse of chlorine all over their body, and you're going to be good.
Yeah, just take a chlorine shower. Jeez. Yeah, it's you gotta be careful. Apparently, pools like South Park did an episode about how swimming pools are like 95% human pee. It's like all pee, but if it goes like one more percentage over, then it's gonna be more pee than water. And like basically all the pools we swim in are just full of pee. Like it's like you can't even try to clean it out. It's just there all the time. Everyone's swimming.
I don't
in
think
each
I've
other's
ever
pee.
peed in a pool.
You're the very few.
Really?
Yeah, everyone does. Every pool we go to, I had no idea. It almost ruined it for me, but I didn't love water slides so much.
Why?
Like it's
I always thought like people like pee in the lake or whatever.
Oh, of course, yeah. But the lake's different.
And then after a while, it's like, oh man, like I think
Have you ever been around anyone who
swimming through like someone's pee? Like it's like the warm pocket when you go swimming. Oh,
have you ever?
That is bad, dude.
Have you ever been in around a lake number 2?
I think I
just floats around. I've seen it too many times. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think I saw someone try to do it.
Well, no,
like
you don't try to do
sneakily.
it. Either you do or you don't. It's like Yoda rules, bro. There is no try. It either happens or it doesn't.
Yeah,
because if you're at the
I
point
don't
where
know why anyone would want to do that either.
If you're at the point where you are going to do that so badly that you have to jump in the lake to do it, you don't have to try to get it. It's coming out. That's my point.
Dude, I just think it's super gross.
It's so gross.
So gross.
We're basically just swimming around in everyone's ones and twos. But I will say this. Water slides are clean, bro.
Water slides are always
clean. Always running. That's why we hang out there. I feel like we need to start charting out our water slide vacation. Our water slide drive? What would we call it? Our water slide tour.
Water slide tour?
The water slide tour.
Does it have to be water slides? Can it be other like water related activity?
I was about to yell at you, but you piqued my interest. What other water related activities are you thinking of?
Okay. Just like, how about just recreational swimming?
No. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's called working out. Next question.
Okay. How about wake surfing?
Wake surfing?
Yes.
I guess we can do that.
I'm gonna do a challenge this year in wake surfing.
You were talking about that before. Yeah, I think we'll allow some wake surf. We're gonna get that on video too. I remember this. We're gonna video it. It's gonna be amazing.
I've kind of worked out one of the kink that I was worried about. The legality of it.
Legality?
Yeah.
Why has it got to be legal? Hold on. Are you so extreme that that it's illegal when you're out there surfing?
Well, okay. Here's the workaround. Okay. From what I heard, you cannot have open alcohol in a boat.
Yes.
Like a motorized boat. In a motorized boat. Motorized boat.
Well, you're not supposed to have alcohol on any boat. It's just like a car. You're not supposed to drink in it.
Okay,
it's a moving vehicle.
But the workaround is this. What if you have it when you're on the water?
When you're already
behind
out
the
there.
boat.
Yeah, but the whole point of the thing is to catch it while you're going.
Yeah, so you have to open it on the water.
Throw it, catch it.
The can cannot be opened on the boat. No open alcohol.
I got you. So well, you wouldn't open it anyway. They'll throw it to you, then you open it while you're ripping on the skis.
Oh, should they throw it to me?
Yeah, that's.
This just got harder to do.
The whole point was you get going, you're doing your week
Yeah,
surfing.
yeah.
Look at me, I'm Kelly Slater. Woo! And then they throw you a beer. And you're like, oh, yeah. Woo. And then, good luck. Oh, the surf's up, bro. Look out for the nar-nars.
Yeah. That's
bro.
it. That's
You're
it.
just ripping. And you're like, oh. And then you throw your can somewhere to recycle because recycling's important.
I don't know if I could last that long. The big challenge for me is going to be trying to do two things at once.
Well, it's not like you have a rope you need, eh?
No.
You got two free hands.
Yeah, you have to. That's right. You're not really. I guess that's true.
What
You're
else
not
you gonna
using
do,
your
bro?
hands at all. You have to use your feet and your hands,
Yeah, you got two hands to catch. You know?
and then you have to use your head.
For what? Oh, yeah, chugging.
Drinking it.
Glugging. Okay, what other water activities do you want to do on our tour?
Okay, so how about paddling, kayaking?
I was really hoping you weren't going to go there. Paddleboarding is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I love paddleboarding.
It's the dumbest, most insanely stupid thing.
Why?
Why on earth would you want to do something standing up? Hey, that's stand up and canoe. It's way funner. It's way better. No, sit down.
I think standing
Chill.
I think standing is way more
It's the
easier
dumbest
to
thing
paddle
I've-
than sitting.
Oh. Yeah, okay. If that's what you want to do, you want to stand up and paddle?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
do.
go get one of those power canoes where you stand up in the front and go do competitive like that. One guy back there, one guy up front. These guys go
man.
outside and go. There's your stand up paddling. Done.
But you can still hit the wave, man. You can still feel the water under your feet.
On a paddleboard.
Yes, it's like
It's the dumbest invention, and I still will never understand till the day I die why anyone thinks it's something they enjoy.
at the lake. I've got a blow up with your name on it. Come on up.
Would you think I haven't been on a paddleboard for how much? How do you think I know how incredibly much I hate them?
Okay, so that's
And
another
then the
one
best
shot
part
down.
is, people say, well, then just sit down on one. I was waiting for you to do that one. Well, no, you don't have to stand up. Just sit down.
I can't
And then you know what you
stand
say to
people
that? You know what you say to that?
Yeah, what?
If I want to sit down, I'd be in a kayak. And if I want
Exactly,
to kayak,
exactly.
I wouldn't be on a fucking paddleboard. Sorry, I'm getting fired up. I'm trying to chill out.
What would you rather do? Would you rather
No
kayak?
paddles. No paddles. Nothing. Paddle boats are actually pretty sweet. I like the paddle boat.
Well, you gotta sit in it,
Yeah.
and then the
You
most
steer like
any.
this.
That's the most. Yeah, I like being the rudder guy.
Yeah,
the
rudder
rudder
guy.
guy is the best part.
Yeah.
But that's the most inefficient way to move on water at all.
It's so slow. It's so slow. And it hurts the back.
If the seats were more comfortable,
Yeah, that'd be better. Same with kayaks. I'd probably kayak a little bit better if
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
break my back.
that actually is true. Okay.
I hate this so much. Well,
What other water sports are there then?
running on the big blob. Running and jumping on the big blob on the blow up water park. That's going to be on our
Oh
list.
man, I got launched last
Yeah.
year.
You want to be the blobby, not the blobber, you said, right?
You know who launched me?
Who launched you?
Boone.
Boone Tennis. Zoom with Boone. Oh, you didn't get
Oh,
back.
man,
We were
did
supposed to do another Zoom with Boone last week.
Oh,
I
he
love him. He's a big
I was in the
boy.
perfect position, and
Big
he just
boy.
hit that balloon, and it just popped.
And he would not hold up.
Like,
either. He's
popped me straight up.
Yeah.
Boop.
Boink.
Probably about like 8 feet in the air. I was like, went full in cannonball mode. You know what I'm
Did you do any
saying?
flips or anything?
No, I'm gonna
just-
hit the water with like, yeah, like I'm gonna make a splash, but like hit the water with your feet.
So you didn't hurt yourself.
Exactly.
Very smart. I like that.
But then you know what happened?
What now?
He set up one of his boys.
Oh.
So I'm like 190 pounds. You know, his young boys are 100 pounds maybe.
String beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he pops up on there, and Boone does it again, and he launched his son, and like, oh, good on this boy for taking it like a champ.
Are they
But he
still-
was
I
like,
haven't
he was like 16 feet in the air, I swear, man.
I
or
haven't
at least that
seen
far,
his
and
kids in
just
a while.
flailing arms, and then just gets walloped.
Are they big like that now? Or are they still sort of small?
His boys,
Yeah.
like you said, like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Boone is a big boy.
Oh, they'll probably be huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was wondering if they're huge yet.
But it was
sounds like they're getting there. That's
hilarious. Like I was like, oh man, you really popped me on this thing.
Shout out to Boone.
And
Zoom in with Boone.
I'm swimming up for another go at it, and he launches his son, and just
to
a monkey
intimidate
boy
you,
in the air. What's that? Prince Nana's
Prince
move?
Nana.
Yeah. Hit a Prince Nana. Hit a Prince Nana, man. How's it go? Is it like this? Or how does he do the side ones? Do the side ones for me. I think it was like more.
We were watching wrestling
like
before, and
one.
then that's the other
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
And then Daniel Garcia goes like this.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's that? What's that
Wrestling
called?
AEW.
When someone does that to you,
Taunting?
fronting,
Taunting.
taunting,
Flexing?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, flexing. But taunting is the original word, right?
I think so. I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
with
that's like a flex. Princess Nana was trying to flex in front of who's this other guy?
Danny Garcia.
Dana Garcia.
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna punch him. I thought he was gonna deck him out.
Danced it off.
Yeah.
Very fun. I'm loving the AEW wrestling. We talk about a lot of that. Anything else you want to say? Are you feeling good right now?
Yeah, feeling great. Here's a question for you, man.
Now we're cooking again.
I went to the bookstore today and got a book. And so I was chatting with my brother about books. And I'm like, I picked up this science fiction novel. I'm going to read it. And then if I like it, I'll read the other two. And he's like, oh man, I just like crushed a great book series.
Series?
Yeah. He's like, he read like 6 books of this series. He loved it.
Okay.
And then I said, oh, hey, well, can you like lend it to me sometime? He's like, well, actually it was like an e-read.
It's an ebook. You didn't read.
No, audio. It was an audio book.
Audio book.
He's like, yeah, no. He's like, I can't lend it to you. It was an audio book. So I'm like,
You didn't read them.
you didn't read them, dude. He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like,
He tells
no.
people he reads the books that he listens to?
Yeah. So anyways, it was kind of like,
that's
well, you tell me,
greasy.
what do you think? Because there's arguments on both sides.
Reading is it's called reading because you're reading. You're taking words and you're processing them with your brain and you're reading them underneath.
Yeah, okay.
That's the whole thing.
That's why I said I said it's like, an activity, right? But the argument is you took in the same amount of knowledge.
No, you didn't, because
so he's like, I read all the books.
No, you didn't, because when you're reading, it's going into your brain. So your brain is processing all at once. It's a whole different form. When you're listening, it's just one part of your brain that you're using, not the visual along with the brain processing an actual story. Sorry, I got really deep.
So I was like, well, that's
I'm way too passionate about
that's
this.
the argument, right?
Yeah,
that's
not even an argument. It's silly to say you read something that you listened to.
That's the word attached to it for sure.
Yeah.
So I said, no, man, you listen to it.
Yeah.
You listen to the story. And he's like, no, man. I'm like, okay, then you listen to someone reading the story.
Yeah, you can say
So I think that's what an audiobook is.
yeah,
Someone's reading it.
I think I should get into reading audiobooks for people. Hey, you want to see my reading skills?
Yes, read it to me.
Read an
I
entry.
don't think do you think I should read this book?
This one?
Yeah.
Are you leading any teams?
Ooh.
I'm currently building a team right now, so there's a lot of these things that I'm using
Okay.
from teams that swear, and then the underlay says by each other, not about each other. By Adrian Blars, a family friend. All right, let's see what we can do here for a quick little read, a little taste. You ready? This is from chapter 14, Creating Relationships with Connection and Trust. I love Joe Madden. In 1979, 4 years into his playing career, he decided to switch paths and started to scout, coach, and manage in the minor leagues. 21 years later, he finally made it to the big leagues. For those not familiar with baseball, this would be the equivalent of being in an entry-level role for 21 years before getting a promotion. Instead of private planes, lavish hotels, and fans clamoring for your attention, think numerous 14-hour bus rides over the course of 6 months, $20 food allowances, and rooming with 3 other men in dodgy hotels.
Who is this guy?
Adrian Blars.
Oh, okay. And he's writing about Joe Madden?
Well, So it's about team building. Teams
Oh, okay. This is the
that
follow up.
swear by
It's
each
like,
other.
oh man, these guys were working in a real like
That whole
sometimes,
chapter goes into how
challenging.
the manager.
Okay.
So he takes all of his knowledge from riding the bus and $20 a day to the hotels and the airplanes.
What's his job?
Well, he was still is a manager, great manager, World Series champion.
I see. Okay.
Well, the first one of the
okay.
Chicago Cubs in like a billion years. Anyways,
So
that was my reading skills. Just wanted to show that off.
read aloud. I think I felt like I read that book.
Well, I was gonna just add. Oh, you beat me to it. Damn it! I forgot about the whole thing was a setup, and I blew it. I was now gonna ask you. So
one
now,
paragraph.
did you read that book? Did you read that paragraph?
Man, if someone asked me about it in, I don't know, 24 hours about this book, I'll be like, yeah, I've read it.
It's got that good part
It's-
about Joe Madden in
It's
it,
about Joe Madden,
but it's not
Joe,
about him at all.
Yeah, Joe and his working environment is really challenging. And, you know, he's going to figure it out. Is that it?
Nailed it.
Would it
Just
be
nailed
believable?
I feel like you read the book now.
Well, maybe Daniel was right.
You might have been.
Audiobooks are same as reading the book.
Oh, okay, buddy. What's going on?
What's going on?
in PA?
Oh.
Anything big we need to know about as our PA correspondent? Not only a
Okay.
host with the Water Sliding
Man,
Bros.
it is looking beautiful out there.
Yeah, it's full on summertime.
Yeah, we got everything's like green, really green. I did my end of the year golf tournament at Cook, and it was just
end
like
of the school year.
Yeah, end of the school year, and it was like disappearing into like a natural forest.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They have so many beautiful trees in there.
Okay, so we gotta go golfing.
Yeah. So big shout out to
The outdoors.
the golf course.
The
right now
outdoors.
in PA is looking nice.
All the love to everybody out there to PA Way.
PA way.
Host of the Water Sliding Bros, Seahawk, hanging out, that you know what this show is about that we will be releasing. Yeah, basically just what we did. That's what it is. It's so much fun.
Let's call it
There's gonna be-
let's call it a sessional. Seasonal.
A sessional seasonal. Because he lives in PA. So he comes and goes. Whenever he comes, we hang out and we shoot. It's a lot of fun. Links in the describes is what you're supposed to say. And then it shows up automatically down there somehow. There's like magicness that makes it link there. And then it goes right to our show.
We'll leave
That'll be good.
all the technology in Dufferin Avenue's hands here.
Yeah, we sure shit don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Right on, buddy. I
Okay.
love you. Till next time.
Till next time.
Oh, you think people can tell I'm wearing my swim trunks right now?
I was in swim trunks earlier today.
Love that man. Seahawk, aka Sea Dog, co-host of the seasonal show that will be dropping soon, called The Water Sliding Bros. That's it for another incredible edition of your show. What a time it has been today, as we've conquered a lot of giants. We've got to use our new Oops screen for the first time. We figured out some zoom levels, and we accomplished way more than I thought we would today. So thank you to the Phenom in the house, making the magic happen. He's that hand you see waving. It's always so cute. As well as to our good buddy Adrian, aka Coach Number 1, checking in from Australia. Thank you very much to you, my friend. We'll see you next week. And we will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. We will do this all again. That is what we do. Brooksy's going to be by tomorrow. It's going to be very, very fun. And we may even have a Zoom with Boone to check in on what's going on at the Calgary Stampede. Until then, have an incredible rest of your hump day. And please remember, karma is so, so real. So just start doing good things. You'll notice it'll start happening to you. I promise you. All right? That's how you make the world a better place. It's super, super easy. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.